begin lesson 11. We've already got through our course 120 stone. We've got a 25-degree established primary facet. We're moving up to our medium diamond. In your case, it could be a medium natural stone. You might be using a coarse diamond going to the next step of diamond, but always start with your coarsest, work to your finest. We did one pass on each sign. I established I can feel a bit of a burr there. The burr is up. When you use new stones, the burr gets smaller and smaller because you're pushing less stuff down with less of the metal down, but those coarse, little microscopic mountains and hills in there pushing less stuff down, so you're going to get less and less of a burr. By the time you get down to 1200 stone, you can almost not feel it at all. That's where we go to further steps to remove that burr and polish everything out. So I'm going to do another pass both directions on this. When you go to a finer stone, you need to do more passes because you're taking off less and less stock with each pass, because you have a finer stone which is only taking smaller and smaller scratches versus a coarse stone which is taking, quote unquote gouges out of the metal. So as you go finer stones, you need more passes. The general rule is about 2 to 1. If it took me 4 passes with my coarsest stone to get to burr stage good facet where I want, it's probably going to take about 8 passes to get where I want with this stone. The next finest stone after this, it's going to probably take 8 to 12, something like that, or more. 8 to 16. The next stone after that, I may need as many as 32 passes when I get to my finest stone, my either my super sapphire or my 1200 ceramic stone. Like I said, it's generally a 2 to 1. Each new stone you move to, you need about double the number of passes of the previous stone, because you're taking less and less stock off with each pass in order to get down to what we call the good stage, where you only have scratches from your current stone and you removed all scratches from the previous. I'm going to do one more pass front and back for here so you can kind of see and get the rhythm of it. Spend a little bit more time out on the tip, because the tip, as we discussed in a previous lesson, it's a more shallow angle, so it takes longer to take off more stock at a shallow angle. Come back. Again, I'm doing a tanto blade and I want an angled tanto, so I'm not rolling off that tanto 45-degree angle. I'm just lifting up and starting again on the other side. Did one pass on this side. Flip it, start up against the serration. I can already feel a bump where I come up and stop the serration, so I just start there. 25 degrees. Come out to the tanto edge, lift, move, come over this side. If you're doing a regular curved edge, you just keep your V pattern all the way to the end. Start on one, just keep coming around the corner all the way out to the tip. A little bit more time on the tip. Start coming back. Jump the tanto angle. Come back till I feel a bump up against the serration, which is right about right there. That's it. We did another pass on both sides. You can see it's looking a bit more shiny now. That's what we want. We're getting smoother and smoother. At this point, I'll show you a new technique which you can only use on your finer stones. You don't want to use this on a coarse stone because you'll do a lot of damage to your blade. We've been doing the V pattern. I mentioned there are more patterns. I'm about to go to a circular pattern. The circular pattern will take off more stock than a V pattern. But the circular pattern, there's a risk that you'll jam coming in sideways, roll your stone over while you're moving, and if you roll that stone, you'll catch the corner of your stone, especially a natural coarse stone, on that edge. By the time you realize you rolled and try and lift, you're going to have a big gouge in your facet, which is going to look ugly and mess up your blade. So probably don't need to start with a circular grind pattern until you get really comfortable with the V pattern. Then you can move up to a circular after that. Checking my burr. I always check my burr and I notice the burr is down. I did not flip it since I finished this side. So always start against the burr. The burr is up. We're going to go into a circular pattern now, which takes off more stock because I want to get down through all the scratches from that coarse natural stone into this stone. So the only scratches I have are from this stone. I'm just going to put a little bit of oil there. Again, be generous with your oil. It's really cheap. You're not going to do any damage with a lot of oil other than having to clean up a little bit, and we have rags for that. It's fine. If you're not using enough oil, you can have a lot of issues. I'm going to go in a circular pattern, small circles to big, probably counterclockwise this time. You can see I'm covering the whole width of this tanto edge here. Sometimes I'll move up and use the back end towards my wrist of the stone. Sometimes I'll move down and use the head of it, which is up to the tip there. Again, you want to use your whole stone. Don't just get in the habit of using one little small area, because you'll throw your stone off balance when you're wearing out the diamond or wearing out the natural stone unevenly. So I'll do a circular pattern all the way up and turn around, come back down. Again, jump the tanto angle. I'll start at the top of the stone. I'm just going counterclockwise, probably 1-inch circles or 1.5 inches or 2. Work my way up the middle. Get all as far as I can go. You can see I'm hitting my jig on the tip there, which is okay. Just don't hit it hard, messing anything up. But it's okay to bump your jig. At least you know that you're going as far as you can. Working my way back down again. I can feel the stone, you know, once it gets all the scratches from the previous stone out, it feels just a little bit smoother. It's not quite dragging so much. That means you've got all the big gouges out. Now you're down to small gouges, which is what the current stone is making. Okay, we just did a circular pattern, one pass. You'll be able to see a difference now. This kind of has a hazy look, kind of a mirrored mother of pearl, you know, prism effect. While this side V pattern is just a smooth, you know, kind of a shiny sheet. That's totally normal, because here we've just got V cuts. Here we've got 360-degree cuts. I'm going in all circles all the way around, so totally expected. We're ready to start our circular pattern on the other side, because I can feel the burr is up, and I'll start that in the next episode.